Bryson DeChambeau told ESPN on Thursday he is still a plaintiff in LIV Golf's federal antitrust lawsuit against the PGA Tour because the PGA Tour won't pay him the $1.75 million bonus it owes him as a part of its player impact program. This is just a small taste of all the drama in the golf world. Phil Mickelson has said the LIV Golf Series is a force in the game that is not going away. This video has all of these and more. First, Bryson DeChambeau, still part of suit versus PGA Tour out of principle. Before playing in the LIV Golf Team Championship Pro-Am at Trump National Doral Golf Club, DeChambeau told ESPN that the PGA Tour only gave him half the $3.5 million bonus he earned for coming in fifth in the first PIP standings in 2021. DeChambeau said, "It's not about the money, it's about the principle. It's about the way you deal with situations." DeChambeau said that on February 15th, he got his first payment of $1.75 million. He said that to get the second payment, he had to do two things: play in a regular PGA Tour event that he hadn't played in during the past 4 seasons and show up at a charity event. DeChambeau said he met the first requirement by participating in the Valero Texas Open at the beginning of April. DeChambeau said that he tried to do the second by showing up at a First Tee charity event in Dallas next month. DeChambeau says that the PGA Tour told him the appearance wouldn't meet the requirement because he is no longer a good standing PGA Tour member. They told DeChambeau, "They said, because you're not in good standing, we're not allowing you to do something to help out junior golf and junior golfers. I think that's silly. It just shows you how they feel about each other. I respect and understand it, but I'm in the lawsuit because I did something for them and made them happy last year." DeChambeau joined LIV Golf on June 10th. He has won 8 times on the PGA Tour. One of those wins is the U.S. Open in 2020. He's said to have signed a contract with a guaranteed value of more than $125 million. DeChambeau, who is 29 years old, was one of 11 LIV golfers who sued the PGA Tour in federal court in California on August 3rd. They said the tour was using its monopoly power to stop competition and that it had stopped TV networks, vendors, and other companies from working with LIV Golf. In a countersuit, the PGA Tour said LIV Golf was getting in the way of its contracts with players. LIV Golf joined its players as a plaintiff in the lawsuit on August 28th. Since then, 8 players like Phil Mickelson, who has won 6 majors, have dropped out of the case. The plaintiffs are still DeChambeau, Matt Jones, and Peter Uihlein. "It's been frustrating over the last 6 years that I've had to deal with the PGA Tour," DeChambeau said. "It's consistently frustration after frustration of them not handling things correctly." Bubba Watson, who has won the Masters twice, also joined LIV Golf but isn't playing this season because of a knee injury. On Thursday, he told ESPN the PGA Tour hadn't given him the second half of his PIP bonus. Watson was supposed to get a $3 million bonus for coming in 10th in the 2021 PIP standings. Watson said, "I have not received all of my money for something that I won 2 years ago." Like DeChambeau, Watson said that attending a charity event wasn't enough to meet the second requirement. Watson remarked, "I'm good," when he asked how much he would miss the $1.5 million he says he's still owed. "My life has been very good to me. I can eat again." Mickelson was supposed to get $6 million for second place in the PIP standings. Dustin Johnson and Brooks Koepka, 2 other LIV golfers, also finished in the top 10 and earned $3 million each. Mickelson, Johnson, and Koepka may not have gotten all of their bonuses. The PGA Tour started the PIP program to award the players who brought the most attention to the tour the year before. The players were graded on several things, such as their use of social media and how often they were on TV. The top finishers in the PIP standings got $40 million from the PGA Tour. Tiger Woods came in first and got $8 million. For 2022, the PGA Tour raised the PIP pool to $50 million. Next up, Phil Mickelson, LIV Golf, a force that is not going away. Rory McIlroy recently said some negative things about LIV Golf. In response, Phil Mickelson said the Saudi-backed breakaway series is a force that is not going away. In an interview that came out this week in The Guardian, McIlroy, again the best golfer in the world, said the fight between LIV and the PGA Tour was not good for the game. Mickelson said earlier this month he saw LIV Golf going up and the PGA Tour going down, adding, "I love the side I'm on." Mickelson seemed to regret what he said when he talked before the LIV finale at Trump National Doral in Miami and praised LIV's rise. Mickelson said, "Maybe I shouldn't have said stuff like that. I don't know. If I'm just looking at LIV Golf and where we are today to where we are 6-7 months ago, and people are saying this is dead in the water and we're past that. We've become a force in the game that won't go away." In February, when Dustin Johnson and Bryson DeChambeau said they would stay with the PGA Tour, McIlroy said the LIV series was dead in the water. Still, they both went to LIV because they were promised to sign bonuses worth more than $100 million. Johnson has made about $31 million more in LIV prize money as the weekend final round approaches. McIlroy hasn't tried to hide his feelings about LIV and the players who switch tours. McIlroy told The Guardian, "This us against them thing is really out of hand. If the two sides keep doubling down in both directions, the situation will worsen until it can't be fixed. Our sport is going to be broken up for a long time, and no one benefits from that." Recently, McIlroy returned to number 1 in the world last weekend by winning the CJ Cup in South Carolina. Mickelson called it a great win and an impressive victory. Mickelson said, "I think a lot of Rory. I really have the utmost utmost respect for him, and I look at what he's done in the game and how he's played this year and his win last week and how he is number one in the world now, and I have a ton of respect for him. The final event of LIV Golf is a team event that runs from Friday to Sunday. Each member of the winning four-person team will get $4 million. Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund pays for the tour, and players attracted to the big prizes have been banned from the PGA Tour. On both sides of the Atlantic, lawsuits are going on about LIV players who played in PGA Tour and European Tour events who will be allowed to play in the Ryder Cup. Ian Poulter, who has played for Europe in 7 Ryder Cups and has been on the winning team 5 times, said, "I've always wanted to play Ryder Cups and have played with as much passion as anyone else that I've ever seen play a Ryder Cup." That was in response to what McIlroy said to The Guardian about feeling betrayal by the fact that so many of his former Ryder Cup teammates have gone to LIV, which jeopardized their future eligibility. Finally, as a bonus, Gemma Dryburgh won the first LPGA title win with a victory in Japan. Gemma Dryburgh of Scotland won the Toto Classic on Sunday with the final round score of 7 under par 65, 4 shots ahead of Japan's Kana Nagai. This was her first LPGA Tour title. Nagai's final score was also 65. After a 67, Lynn Grant was in third place, 5 shots behind the leader. Dryburgh finished with a score of 20 under 268 at the Seta Golf Club in western Japan. She also had a score of 65 in the third round. Momoko Ueda, a Japanese golfer, led after the second and third rounds, but she finished 8 shots behind the winner after shooting a 74. The events had been won twice by Ueda. Dryburgh felt she should win this week, and she did. "I was in Korea last week with friends, and I said to them, 'I'll mention you in my speech.' She said, 'Just as a joke. To be honest, it's too much. This has been a long-time goal of mine.'" Dryburgh played golf at Tulane University in New Orleans, and she is still a big fan of the soccer team Manchester United. Despite the pressure, she said she was calm. Dryburgh is the first Scot since Catriona Matthew won the Lorena Ochoa Invitational in 2011 to win on the LPGA Tour. Atsaya Tidikul, a 19-year-old from Thailand who is now number 1 in the LPGA rankings, finished with a 67 and was 10 shots behind Dryburgh. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, cheers.